Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of Learning Beyond the Classroom. Today, we're learning about adverbs of time. Let's get started. Adverbs of time tell us when an action happened, but also for how long and how often. One more time, let's read that again. Adverbs of time tell us when an action happened, but also for how long and how often. Let's dive in. Adverbs that tell us when. Let's look at these examples. Tan went to Beyond English yesterday. When? Yesterday. I'm going to tidy my room tomorrow. When? Tomorrow. I saw Sally today. Good. I will call you later. I have to leave now. And I saw that movie last year. All of these words, yesterday, tomorrow, today, later, now, and last year, tell us when. Okay, now let's look at the position of when. Over here, it is at the end of the sentence. So, we have a subject, I, a verb, saw, an object, that movie, and our adverb, last year. One more time, subject plus verb plus object plus adverb. Okay, but we can also change the position. So we can move it to the front. And then we get, last year, I saw that movie. Say it with me. Last year, I saw that movie. The structure for this sentence looks almost the same. We get an adverb plus our subject, I, plus a verb, saw, and our object, that movie. One more time, we have two structures for the position. We can say subject plus verb plus object plus adverb, or adverb plus subject plus verb plus object. Remember, when we start with our adverb, we emphasize the time. We stress the time. Okay, well done. Now, let's keep going. What about adverbs that tell us for how long? Let's take a look. She stayed in Beyond English all day. We will be on holiday from the 1st of July until the 3rd of August. My mother lived in Vietnam for a year, and I have been going to this school since 2019. Okay, remember, all day from the 1st of July until the 3rd of August, for a year, and since 2019, tell us for how long. Okay, let's keep moving. So let's look at some notes over here. When we use for, we always talk about a period of time. So, I stayed in Berea for 3 days. We can say a day, 10 minutes, 2 weeks. I stayed in Berea for 2 weeks. Let's keep moving. We can do the same with for in this sentence. So, I am going on vacation for a week. We can say for a day, for a year, or for a month. Then we get since. When we talk about since, we talk about a point in time. So, one point in time in the past. For example, 9 a.m. Monday, 1998, the end of this month. Remember, we're talking about a point in time. Let's go through the sentence. I have not seen you since Monday. Or we can say, I have not seen you since 1998. Wow. Let's look at this one. She has been working here since 1997. We can change it with another point in time. She has been working here since 9 a.m. Okay, there you go. Let's keep moving. Next we have how often. When we talk about how often, we always talk about how many times in a week, a month, or a year. Sometimes even a day. So, let's say I play tennis. If I play tennis on Monday and Tuesday, we can say seldom. I seldom play tennis. Not often. Again, if I play tennis between 1 to 3 days, 1 to 3, we say seldom. If I play tennis for 4 days, so on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I play tennis. Well, between 4 to 5 times, we say often. So, I often play tennis. Remember, 4 to 5, often. For 6, we always use usually. So, I usually play tennis. And for 7, we will use always. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Always. I always play tennis. We could also say how many times a day, a week, a month. So, if I play tennis in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening, I can say, I play tennis 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon, evening. One day, 3 times a day. We have a special word for 1 and 2. When we say 1 time, we use once. I play tennis once a day. I play tennis once a week. For 2 times, we say twice. I play tennis twice a week. Or, I play tennis twice a month. Remember, 1 and 2 are special, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can just use the number and the word times. So, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, a day, a week, a month. Okay. But this time, if we say, I play tennis Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we can say every day. So, I play tennis every day. Remember, over here, it's before play tennis. I seldom play tennis. I often play tennis. I usually play tennis. And I always play tennis. Over here, we always say it after play tennis. So, I play tennis once a day. I play tennis twice a week. I play tennis 4 times a month. Or, I play tennis every day. These are adverbs that tell us how often. We also have a lot more words here that we can use for adverbs that tell us how often. So, let's start with 100%. For 100%, we say always. I always get up at 6 a.m. For 90%, we say usually. She usually gets up at 6:30 a.m. For 80%, we say normally or generally. So, I normally eat pizza. Or, I generally eat pizza. For 70%, we say often or frequently. She often drinks soda. Or she frequently drinks soda. Next, we have 50%. For this, we use sometimes. They sometimes take long walks. For 30%, we use occasionally. Let's say this one together. Occasionally. Occasionally. Again. Occasionally. Now faster. Occasionally. One more time. Occasionally. Now, let's say it. We occasionally travel. Good job. Next, 10%. We use seldom. I seldom eat sweets. For 5%, we say rarely. My friend rarely gets angry. And for 0, we say never. I never stay up late. Okay, remember, practice each of these sentences and try to use these words at home. Okay, well done. Now, let's look at the position of our adverb. So, let's read the sentence. I always get up at 6 a.m. The position is always after our subject. Let's look at the structure. We always get a subject, I, an adverb, always, a verb, get up, and our object at 6 a.m. One more time. Our structure for how often is subject plus adverb plus verb plus object. Good job. Now, let's look at some special notes. So, if you need to use more than one adverb of time in a sentence, we use it in this order. Always, number 1, how long? Number 2, how often? And number 3, when? So, if we put them together, you always start with 1, then 2, then 3. Let's take a look. I study English for 2 hours every day. How long? For 2 hours. How often? Every day. Remember, 1 and then 2. So, I study English for 2 hours every day. Next, we have 2 and 3. How often and when? The newspaper is published weekly this year. How often? Weekly. When? This year. Next, I traveled for 2 months last year. So, how long? For 2 months. When? Last year. Last one. She worked in a hospital for 2 days every week last year. Remember, 1, 2, then 3. How long? For 2 days. How often, every week, and when? Last year. Okay, well done. Thank you for joining us from Beyond English. My name is Basong, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!